the priest, holding a lantern, walks into the basement. In the dim light, a person is tied to a chair. It turns out to be Sarah, the very person the priest had mentioned earlier as having escaped. Previously, the priest learned from Nathan that Sarah could hear certain voices, and she might be the key to helping everyone escape the town. However, the priest also realized that if Sarah were caught by Boyd and the others, she would likely face the same fate as the man whose wife and daughter were killed due to his carelessness locked up in the tin shed. To protect Sarah and uncover the truth, the priest hid her in the basement. Meanwhile, Jade and Jim arrive at the crash site. They start dismantling useful parts from the vehicle to try and connect them to the radio for help. Tabitha and Ethan head to the diner to store some items. Kenny's mother takes them to the warehouse, where various items are displayed. However, a seemingly ordinary bracelet catches Tabitha's attention. Jim climbs to the top of a tree to set up an antenna, while Jade works below, connecting the parts to the radio. Suddenly, he notices blood flowing down the tree trunk. Looking up, he sees that the branches are covered with hanging corpses, a terrifying sight he never anticipated. There's also a circular symbol on the trunk, identical to the one in the basement. At that moment, a noise comes from behind him. Turning around, he sees a soldier, dressed in wartime attire, raising a gun to shoot. Terrified, Jade flees into the woods. The soldier follows relentlessly as if determined to catch him. Jade stumbles and falls to the ground. The soldier approaches, aiming his gun. In desperation, Jade raises his arms to shield himself. In his fear, he hears Jim calling out to him. When he lowers his hands, Jim is already in front of him, and nothing has happened to him. In the priest's basement, Sarah explains that the voices speaking to her are seeking help so they can go home. Like the townspeople, they are trapped here. The voices that talk to Sarah also foretold the arrival of Jim's family and Jade, convincing Sarah that following the voices' guidance might help everyone leave the town and escape the fear. Jim returns to the tree and turns on the radio. The static coming through gives him hope for finding a way back home. When Jim gets back home, he finds Tabitha and Ethan digging into the basement to trace where the wires are connected. Tabitha asks Jim to look at the items she brought back from the diner. Among them is a bracelet woven from his father's shoelaces, a bracelet that was lost when their daughter Julie was born. Why did the bracelet show up here? Let me know what you think in the comments section. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more horrifying content like this.